Hi, boys and girls. This is Miss Green. Welcome to Module 4, Lesson 4 of Reading. We are working on 2 more digraphs this week in spelling. And remember that digraphs are when we have 2 consonant sounds that come together to make a new sound. For example, S by itself says S. H says H. But when we put them together, SH makes the sh sound. Here's another one, TH. T by itself says t. H by itself says h. But when you put them together, they make the th sound. When you stick your tongue between your teeth, it makes that sound. So we're going to listen to some words with the digraph SH and TH, but we're going to see if we can figure out whether we have a long vowel sound in those words or a short vowel sound in those words. Let's remember what our vowel sounds are. So our vowels, we have the letters A, E, I, O, and U. The short vowel sounds, we show a short vowel with this little U looking thing above the letter, right? So the short A sound says ah, ah, ah. The short E sound says eh, like in the word egg. The short I sound says I, like in igloo. What does the short O sound say? You're right. Ah, ah, ah. And then the short U sound says Very good. So then we have our long vowel sounds. And long vowel sounds can be shown with a line above the letters. But our long vowel sounds just make the letter say its name. So the long A sound is A. The long E sound is E. The long I sound is I. The long O sound is O. And the long U sound is U. All right, are you ready to hear some words? Our first word, we have the word shine. Let's break that down into the sounds that we hear. Shh. There's that SH sound. I, n. Let's think about the vowel sound we hear in that word. Sh, I, n. Do you hear the vowel sound? I hear the I sound, and that says the name of the letter. So that must be a long vowel. So I'm going to write the word shine in the long vowel section. So the sh sound, that's made by SH. I, and then I hear the n. But remember, there's a special letter that makes that I say its name, and it is the magic E. So there is my first word, shine. The next word is ship. Ship. So I have sh as my first sound, I as my second sound, and p as my last sound. Well, the vowel sound I hear is I. Sometimes it can be hard to tell the difference between the short I sound and the short E sound. So what I like to do is feel how my mouth feels when I make that I sound. If it feels like your mouth is smiling a little bit and your teeth are closer together, then that's the short I sound. When you say the short E sound, you'll notice that your mouth is about halfway open. Eh. So when I say the word ship, it actually feels like I'm smiling a little bit. So that is the short I sound. And then I have the p at the end. All right, the next word, we have the word theme. Theme. The theme of a story is the lesson that we learn from a story, which we've talked about that before. So let's break that down into the sounds that we hear. We hear th, 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 e. Ooh, that's the name of a letter. And Well, since I heard the E say its name, I know it's going to be a long vowel sound. So that sound is made by the letters TH, and then the E says its name, and then I have the sound. But remember, if this is a long E, I have to have a magic E at the end to make that E say its name. All right, the next word is them. Them. Well, I hear the sound. And I notice that when I say that, my mouth is about halfway open. So I believe that is a short E sound. So what two letters make that sound? You're right, TH. And then my vowel is a short E. And my last sound was them. We are working on author's purpose this week. And author's purpose tells us why the author wrote the text that we are reading. Okay, authors have different reasons for writing books or articles that we may read. Okay, they may write them to persuade us of something. Persuade is when you try to get someone to think the same way that you do. Okay, so for example, if you go to your mom and you say, "Mom, can we please have pizza for dinner?" And then you try to tell her why you should have pizza, like, "Oh, we could have leftovers for lunch the next day," or "You wouldn't have to cook tonight, Mom." You are trying to persuade her to think the same way that you do, to agree that you should have pizza for dinner. So authors sometimes try to persuade us to think a certain way. Sometimes authors write to inform us. Inform means to give information or facts. This is nonfiction text. Okay? Nonfiction, remember, tells us about real things. So if the author is trying to inform us, that means they're trying to give us information or to teach us something or to explain how something works. And remember, inform means it's going to be nonfiction text. The last thing an author might try to do is entertain us. And entertain us means that they want to make us feel a certain way. They want to give us a story that we can enjoy, and they want us to have fun reading what they wrote. Okay? Entertain usually comes from fiction text, like storybooks. Okay? So whenever we're reading, if we want to figure out what the author's purpose is, the first thing we need to do is just think about it. After we read it, we can ask ourselves these questions. Like, did the author make you laugh? If they did, then maybe they were trying to entertain us. Did the author tell a story? Were there characters? Was there a setting? What about a problem? Did the character have a problem in the story? If so, then the author was probably trying to entertain us. They wanted us to enjoy what we were reading. Did the author amuse you? Amuse means to make you enjoy something, to have fun doing it. If so, they were probably trying to entertain you. Did the author give you facts? So did they give you information about something? If so, they were trying to inform you. Did the author teach you something? Did they show you how to do something? Did they tell you how to do something? Did you learn something new about a topic? If so, the author was trying to inform the reader. Did the author try to convince you? Remember, convince means that you're trying to get someone to think the same way that you do. You're trying to get them to agree with you. And if that's the case, then they are trying to persuade. And the last question we can ask is, did the author want to change your opinion? Meaning, did they try to change your mind about something? If they did, they were trying to persuade. So that's author's purpose. One easy way to remember the different reasons that authors write a story is to remember the word pie. In the word pie, P stands for persuade, I stands for inform, and E stands for entertain. All right, let's practice now. Let's read this text together. Toy race cars are a popular choice for kids. They can go fast and do flips. They also come in many colors and sizes. There are even options with remote controls. Toy race cars would make a great gift for a friend. All right, so let's think about the author's purpose here. Is the author trying to persuade us, to inform us, or to explain something? Let's go back and reread it and then go back and ask ourselves those questions that I showed you on the last slide. Toy cars are a popular choice for kids. I see that word choice. That makes me think of persuade, because remember, persuade means to make someone think the same way that you do or to make a choice. They can go fast and do flips. They also come in many colors and sizes. There are even options with remote controls. Options, we're talking about choices. Toy race cars would make a great gift for a friend. If I underline that sentence right there, toy race cars would make a great gift for a friend. That sentence right there kind of makes me want to buy my friend a race car. You know, we've got the holidays coming up. We're going to be buying gifts for our family and friends. And just thinking about how race cars might make a great gift makes me want to buy a toy race car. So let's go back to our previous slide and let's answer some questions to see if we can figure out the author's purpose. Why did the author write that paragraph about toy cars? Did the author make you laugh? No, the author did not make me laugh, so I don't think that he was trying to entertain, but let's ask ourselves some more questions. Did the author tell a story? Were there characters in that paragraph? Was there a setting? No. So no, once again. Did the author amuse you? Was he trying to get us to enjoy what he was reading? Did he want us to have fun reading that paragraph? I don't think so. I didn't laugh. There wasn't a story. So I don't think that the purpose was to entertain, because when I asked these questions, I answered no to all of them. Did the author give you facts? Well, the author did tell us that toy cars can come in different colors and sizes, so yes. Did the author teach you something? Well, I didn't really learn anything new, as I've played with toy cars before. He didn't tell us anything about how they work or how much they are. So I would say no. I don't think the author was trying to teach us something. Did the author try to convince you? Well, the author did talk about choices and how toy cars would be a great gift for a friend. I do think that the author was trying to convince me that toy cars make a great gift, because he also talked about how they come in many different colors. So maybe even people who have a different favorite color would still enjoy a toy car. It could be used for boys and girls. Did the author want to change your opinion? Well, I had never thought about buying a toy car for a friend before, and this author did kind of make me want to change my opinion about that. So I would say yes. So if I look at the answers that I said yes, or the questions that I said yes to, one of them supported the idea that the author was trying to inform us, but two of them supported the idea that the author was trying to persuade. So, because I answered more questions with the answer yes for persuading, I think that that is what the author was trying to do. So the author was trying to persuade me. What was he trying to persuade us to do? Let's look back at that last sentence. Toy race cars would make a great gift for a friend. I think the author was trying to persuade us to buy a toy car as a gift. So the author was trying to persuade the reader that toy cars make a great gift. I know that's kind of hard to read, but speaking of gift, the secret code in our reading video today is toy cars. So write that down and tell that to your teacher if you would like to maybe earn a homework pass on an assignment. We are also learning about prefixes and suffixes this week. A prefix is a part of a word that is added to the beginning or the front of a word to change its meaning. For example, if I have the prefix under and I add that to a word like ground, underground. Well, the prefix under means below. So the meaning of my new word, underground, means below ground. So prefixes and suffixes can change the meaning of the word. And if we ever come to a word as we're reading that we don't know, we've talked about how we can use context clues to help us figure out the meaning of that word. But we can also break down the word into prefixes, suffixes, and base words or root words, which is the word that we started with. And that can help us to figure out what the word means. If we know the meaning of the prefix, then we can also figure out the new meaning of the word that we don't know. Another example of a prefix would be non. If I ever see the prefix non in front of a word, non means not. So if I have the word nonsense, that means I have something that does not make sense. Like nonsense words, right? Nonsense words are words that do not make sense. They're not real words. Another prefix we could have is the prefix in. If I add in front of a word, it also means not. So invisible means not visible. And I know that visible means that you can see it. So invisible means that you cannot see it. And then the last prefix we're studying this week is over. The prefix over means above, okay? So if I add the prefix over to the word head, then I am saying that it is over my head, okay? So if someone says, oh, look overhead, there's a plane in the sky, they're saying, look above your head. Okay. Suffixes are kind of like prefixes, but they are added to the end of a word to change its meaning. One suffix that we can have is the suffix ist. Ist. And if I add the suffix ist to the end of a word, it means that there is a person that is doing that thing. So for example, my new word here is artist. Artist. An artist is a person who does art. Okay? Because the suffix ist means a person. Okay, same thing with the suffix er. Okay, if I add er to the end of a word, like this word, skier, I have a person who skis. Maybe you are a skier. Have you ever been skiing before? That's something I've always wanted to do, but I have not done yet. Same thing with the suffix or. Sometimes or can sound like or it can say just like er. In this case, it's going to say So I have an actor. An actor is a person who acts, like in movies or plays. And then our very last suffix is the suffix ness. Ness means the state of being something. So it describes how something feels or is. Okay? So my new word here is softness. Softness means the state of being soft. Like I felt the softness of the blanket. So remember, if you come to a word that you don't know, you can break it down, see if there are any prefixes and suffixes in that word that can help you figure out the meaning of your new word. All right, we hope you enjoyed the reading lesson for today. Remember that code word that I told you earlier in the video and tell it to your teacher for a chance to win a free homework pass. All right, until next time, bye.